Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Djirangaye. If you are new in this channel, I will help you find better ways to save money during this inflation. As we all know, we are in hard times in this inflation and everybody is suffering when it comes to money and spending. Whether you are rich, you are poor, you are middle class, you are working class, you are super wealthy, everybody is affected. All right, so what are we going to do to make sure that we stay afloat in this pandemic? So that's what we're going to really talk about. So in this inflation, you must find ways to reduce your spending and keep your costs lower. So how are you gonna do this? The only way you can do this is that you must budget. You have to do budgeting. It's very important. Everything we do in this life, whether we are spending money every day, from eating food, buying our clothes, we keep checking our bank accounts every day to see how much money we have there before deciding whether we want to buy something or not. That's pretty much the basic levels of budgeting. So that's what we need in this video and in everything else we do. You have to learn how to budget because life is becoming expensive every day. So talking about budgeting, we must have to dine less out because we tend to eat outside a lot, and that's not the way our money is getting thrown away to the window if we don't be careful what we eat. Another thing we can do, we have to stop paying for services we no longer need, like streaming services, gym memberships, monthly car washing memberships. You have to try to keep track of your cash flow by monitoring your income and expenses. So the way you have to do this, you just gotta simply keep an eye on how much money you're spending. So for example, you have to save money. So when you have to go shopping for groceries, you have to start looking for produce and items that are on sale, and you gotta make sure you go with the cheap alternative. So you can buy things that are cheaper like chicken or pork, right? You can buy them instead of buying beef because beef is expensive. You can incorporate vegetables and fruits into your diet. Why? Because vegetables and fruits are more cheaper than meat. And of course, eating vegetables and fruits is healthier for your body as well. So you need to do that already. You gotta make sure when you go shopping, you gotta go shopping to World Food, places like Costco's, Sam's Clubs to buy your groceries and beverages. And you have to make sure you buy your groceries in bulk so that you don't have to keep making trip back and forth every single time. Buy them in bulk so that you can keep them longer and you have more, buy them more at a cheaper price. By doing this, it will save you more money in the long run instead of buying individual items. One of the most important things when it comes to shopping is that you have to make a list each week of the things you want to buy. You can check weekly deals online at companies' websites. You can use coupon codes when you buy stuff so you can spend less. Another thing you can do, you can switch to generic brands by buying things like pasta, sauce, ice cream, and over-the-counter medicines instead of buying the brands, because most of the times the ingredients that are in these things you buy are the same. So if you strive for brands all the time, you are paying more. But when you buy the generics, you're buying a bit cheaper and you still get the same stuff. A good example would be buying Tylenol over the counter, and the one that gets prescribed by your doctor, they have the same ingredient. So the one that your doctor prescribed you probably will cost more, and then the one you buy over the counter will be cheaper. And they all the same drug, even if they have different names, it's still the same drug. So once you go do your shopping at these World Foods and you come home with all your groceries, the next thing you have to do now, you have to cook your food now. Right? And the most important thing you can do, you can make meal preps and eat small portions, which is very important. I know a lot of people want to make meal preps and eat small portion because they're trying to lose weight or they're trying to go to the gym to work out to stay healthy and build lean muscle. Well, this is the best time for you to make meal preps and eat small portions. So if you do this, this could also help you save money while you can lose weight and you can stay fit and lean. So you're getting the benefit of 3 all in one. So if you do this, that would be great. The third option you can do is to save money on gas. So these days now, it's very difficult now for everybody to get by because gas prices are $5 per gallon all across the nation now. So you don't want to drive randomly, go in places you don't have to go. So if you're driving to go somewhere, you gotta make sure to avoid long roads and take shortcuts. Avoid the roads that always have traffic in, because what happens when you sit in traffic, your car is not moving and you're burning more gas sitting in one place and moving less. So if you know the area, you're very familiar with the area, you just make sure that avoid the roads that's gonna lead to traffic. If you can use GPS like Waze, they can most likely avoid traffic at all time. Also, you can avoid roads that have a lot of hills, because what happens when you're driving up the hill, you are using a lot of power on your gas. Using a lot of power on your car. And the more power you use to go up the hill, you're burning more gas. So therefore, you want to look for roads that are evenly. Even if there's a hill, maybe tiny little hills, okay, but big steep hills, you don't want to go through too much huge hills. So you want to avoid those kind of roads and make sure you go through better roads, choose the roads you already know, and you'll go through faster that way. But if you're driving in a place you don't know, you might take the wrong turn and then you drive longer and you waste more time and gas. Another thing you can do to save money, you can use Gas Buddy website to look and compare gas prices, so you can find the cheapest gas price near you, and then you can drive to that, so that way you can be able to pump the gas before heading on your way. So that's the thing a lot of people are doing these days now. And also, if you are a club member and you shop at Costco, Sam's Club, and other places while you are there to shop, you can use your member card to pump those cheap gas so that you can get a discount and fill up your tank before you go. That's another way to save money on gas. And if you have a bike, it's a perfect time to take break from driving your car and exercise and ride your bike to go places. This way you're not, burning your gas by driving it. That way you can save money. And if you are going to a convenience store or gas station or liquor store that is not far from you, just take a walk and take a fresh air, go buy what you need to do and come back. Even if it's within 1 mile or half miles, okay, you can walk and come back. Just make sure that you do it early while it's still daylight and at night time. If you find valuable information in this video, please take the time to like this video and subscribe to the channel and share with your friends and family. You might ask yourself why you have to do all of this to reduce your cost and your spending. Well, you are doing this so that you can save money. And I know people might be saying, oh, you are very cheap, you don't like spending money and this and that. Right? You don't have to listen to those people at all. You let them do themselves and you do you, because when you don't have money to put food on the table for yourself or to put, gas on your car to drive to go to work, you ask those strangers, nobody's going to do it for you. You ask those people who are going to tell you, oh, you're very cheap or stingy, they wouldn't do it for you. So you don't listen to those people at all. You do what's best for you, and it's going to save you money. So if people think that you're stingy and cheap, just accept, okay? Because right now, this is the best time to be cheap and stingy, and you are not alone. Everybody is cheap and stingy right now during this inflation because inflation is affecting everybody. Even rich people want to save money. They have a lot of money already, but they don't want to spend, right? So why they don't want to spend? Because they want to save it. Companies also trying to find ways to save money every day. So they're not going to give you free money. You have to work hard for it before they pay you. So it's the same way. So it's your money. So you can do anything you want to do with it, or you want to spend it, or you don't want to spend. That's up to you. So don't let anybody tell you, oh, you're stingy or you're too cheap just because you're buying cheap stuff so that you can save money. It's perfectly fine. You can live today like today's your last day, but tomorrow is another day, right? If you make it to tomorrow, you need to have something left so that you can survive tomorrow too. So keep that in mind and don't listen to what other people tell you. You do what's best for you. And another thing you can do, I like to emphasize this a lot, and it's something that everybody should be already doing. But in case if you, my viewers, and new people are not doing it, it's important to do. You need to have an emergency savings account. That is very important. Emergency savings accounts, they come handy during times like this, during the inflation and recession where everything becomes so expensive and you don't have money, or let's say you lose your job. God forbid nobody lose their job, but let's say if you lose your job and you couldn't find another job or it takes you longer to find a job, that's when the emergency comes in. It should help you to pay your rent, put food on the table from 3 to 6 months or longer. So therefore it's important to start working on creating emergency savings account in case you haven't done that yet. It's very important to do it. And again, I like to emphasize this is the money that you do. Open an account, you put money in there, you don't touch it. You set it, forget it. Don't even act like you have that account there. You just keep putting money in there anytime you get paid until you have enough money. And when you need to fall back on it, then you can fall back anytime you can because it's your money. Another way you can do to save money is by increasing your earning income. So how are you going to increase your earning income? You can get a side hustle or you can get additional job. But let's say if you are not able to create a side hustle or find additional job, then what do? You look around your house and look for items that you don't use anymore, like your clothes, shoes, antiques, artifacts, luggage, anything that is taking space in your house, like table, chair, television, poster. You can take those and sell them to many online e-commerce like eBay, Amazon, Craigslist, Facebook markets, and many more places. And people will buy them. Or you can even create a tag sale right in front of your house and people will buy them cheaper because people don't have money to go to the store, buy them at expensive prices, they will buy them. And guess what? You can make easy $100. And you can make $100 and up to $1,000. Easy. So that's something to think about it. And the next step is to make sure you make better decisions on your spending. So what you have to do in this case, you gotta make sure you buy products that are very durable and really strong. And this ranges from cars, clothes, computers, phones, and other electronic gadgets. And you make sure you got a car fuel efficient so that when you put that gas in that car, it can take you many miles before your tanks runs dry and then you'll fill again. That way it will help you save you money for the long run, okay? So that's very important. And another thing that a lot of people do these days now, I don't know if it's a competition or what, I don't know, but people like to go a lot of vacations to show to the world and show to people that they can travel the world, they can go places. There's nothing wrong with going to vacation and all of that, but you gotta make sure you plan ahead for cheaper vacations during this inflation. So you gotta make sure you gotta take less vacations. And if you're wondering, then let me tell you that right now during this inflation leading to recession, it's not the best time to go on vacation at all, right? You should be saving your money and wait for better time to go on vacation. Why? Because airfares are 20% more expensive this year than they were last year. So imagine you go on vacation and you end up paying $1,000 for your airplane ticket. Right? Let's say if you're flying from East Coast to West Coast, that's a very expensive flight. It's pretty much flying from East Coast to West Coast is almost like it's the same distance as flying from JFK International Airport to Europe, or flying from Europe to Africa is the same distance. So the tickets are really expensive. So imagine you pay 1,000 or more for your plane ticket, and then once you arrive there at your destination, you gotta consider your hotel every day, dining, all of those are expensive. Of course, your rental, if you have to rent car too, you spend all of those money every day to get there, right? And then you stay there for 1 week, and then you come back. Can you imagine how much money you'll be spending within 1 week, from your plane ticket to hotel, eating, and going to other places for 1 week? It's a lot of money that you're going to be spending, right? And I bet not everybody make that type of money. Some people on average make $1,000 every 2 weeks after taxes. Some people don't even make that in 1 week. So if you go on vacation and you end up spending $2,000 to $3,000 in 1 week, and then now you come back, you gotta work really hard to make all that money back that you couldn't even make it within 1 week. So just think about it. And you can also postpone your trip until everything resumes normally and things getting cheaper, then you can take your vacation. But if you don't want to take vacation, then guess what? You can do staycation. Right? You can visit local attractions, can do day trips, you can go to restaurants and eat your favorite foods. You're sleeping at home, so you don't even have to pay for expensive hotels. So staycation is another option in case you can take long trips. And the next one is earn money on your savings, right? So again, I talk about savings already, but this savings is different. So you can open a long-term savings account. This is treasury bonds. So why do you have to open treasury bond? Treasury bonds is very safe because it is designed to either match or beat inflation. It can beat inflation because bonds offer a 9.2% return as of this year, according to Forbes. But bonds can be paid up to $10,000 directly from treasurydirect.gov. And you can get additional $5,000 through your tax refund when you invest in bonds. So that's another way you can earn more money, by opening savings and treasury bonds. But if not something you're not interested, you don't have to do it. You can just open either CD savings account. And for those of you who don't know, if you open a CD savings account, of course you earn more money in your CD savings account than your regular savings. Regular savings, you're not making no money on it. But if you open CD savings account, for example, you deposit $10,000 there. That money stays there for 1 year. Let's say not even 1 year. Let's say for 5 years, right? And then you don't take that money to gain interest. So for example, you have $10,000 there. In 1 year, you're going to gain like $200 in interest. But you don't have to touch that money to gain at least $200. But if you touch the money, you're not getting that interest. So, and same thing for treasury savings bonds account. You also have it for a maximum of 5 years for you to have gain enough money on it. But if you touch that money, I think you end up paying a penalty on it. So just keep in mind that we are living in tough times and things are not the same anymore, and things will not go back to the way it was 5 years ago or even 10 years ago, right? So you gotta make sure, keep your family safe, put food on the table for your family, save money for yourself, you take care of yourself. And because if you don't do it, guess what? Nobody else will. So just take care of each other and love each other, okay? Talk to you all later.